All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to talk about an app that's probably on your phone right now, Telegram. But we're not looking at it as just another messaging app. No, we're going to look at it through a business lens, as a potential powerhouse tool for your company. And our guide for this is a really insightful report from Virtualization Options, LLC. They're a tech research firm that's all about breaking down complex tech for business leaders, people who don't have time for jargon. So, let's get into it.
So, first things first, let's just look at the raw numbers. We're talking over 700 million people using this app every single month. I mean, wow, that is not some small niche player. That's a global giant. And a number that big makes you stop and ask, right? What's the deal? Why is it so popular? Well, it all goes back to why it was created in the first place.
Yeah, and this quote really nails it. It says they were inspired by the challenges and wanted a platform to empower users to communicate freely and securely. So think about that. This thing wasn't dreamt up in a marketing meeting to grab a piece of the pie. The report from Virtualization Options, LLC really drives this home. It was built out of a real need, a direct response to worries about privacy and censorship. The goal wasn't just another messenger. It was about creating a safe space for communication. And that one idea, that single mission, is baked into everything.
Okay, so they had this big mission, right? Security, freedom. But how did they actually pull it off? What makes Telegram so different from the ground up? Let's break down how it became a whole new kind of messenger.
You can see their focus right from the start on this timeline. 2013, they kicked things off with this vision for a secure platform. By 2014, they launch, and what are the two key words? Speed and privacy. Then boom, 2015, they roll out the features that really define them. Secret chats, end-to-end encryption. You can just draw a straight line from that early, almost obsessive focus on privacy to the crazy growth that followed.
And that growth, it's just wild. Let's look at the stats. You've got the 700 million plus users we mentioned, but get this, over 2 billion downloads. And it's not just in one language. We're talking 55 different languages. Now, if you're running a business that works across borders, these aren't just fun facts. This is a big deal. It tells you this is a platform with serious global reach.
Okay, so that brings us to the first big reason why a business would even look at Telegram, its security-first approach. And I want to be clear here, we're not just talking about a cool feature. We're talking about a core strategy, a way to manage risk in your company.
At the heart of all this is something called end-to-end encryption. Now, what does that actually mean for your day-to-day business? Well, think of it like this. It's like creating a private digital tunnel between you and the person you're messaging. Only you two have the keys to get in. That means nobody else can peek inside. Not hackers, not the government, not even Telegram. Your private conversations stay private. Period.
And it's not just about that one encryption feature. It's a whole philosophy, and the report lays it out as this really clear 4-step commitment. So step 1, data minimization. They take as little of your data as they possibly can, just the bare essentials. Step 2, they add that rock-solid end-to-end encryption we just talked about. Step 3, transparency and control. They're upfront about their policies, and you get to decide what happens with your data. In step 4, this is the big one for businesses, no data sharing. They promise not to sell or give your data to anyone, not advertisers, nobody.
So how can they make a promise like that? Well, it's because Telegram is just built different. Most traditional apps, they run on centralized servers with secret proprietary code, and a lot of them make money by using your data for ads. Telegram flips that on its head. It uses a decentralized network, which makes it way harder to shut down. Its code is open source, so anyone can check it for security holes. And maybe most importantly, their business model isn't built on selling you out. It's a totally different architecture.
So what's the bottom line here? What does all this techie security stuff really mean for your business? It means you're putting a shield around your most valuable assets. We're talking about protecting your intellectual property, your clients' confidential information, and all those internal strategy meetings that absolutely cannot leak.
Okay, so the security part is huge, but let's shift gears now and talk about productivity. Because how does this platform actually help your teams get work done, especially now that so many of us are working remotely? This is where Telegram goes from being just a secure app to a full-on collaboration engine.
Here's a good way to think about it. Imagine a single unified inbox for your entire team. And it's accessible securely from any device, anywhere in the world. Because everything is stored in the cloud and synced up instantly, your people can grab any file, see any message from their phone, their tablet, their laptop. It doesn't matter. For a team that's spread out, that's not just nice to have, that is an absolute game changer.
And of course, for any manager or business owner, control is key. And the level of control you get here is, well, it's pretty amazing. You can set up specific admin roles, you can decide exactly who gets to send messages, who can add new people, who can edit things. There are moderation tools to keep things on track. You can pin the most important messages right to the top so nobody misses them. You can even get stats and analytics to see how your team is communicating.
It's like having enterprise-grade control in an app that's super easy for everyone to use.
Okay, this next one is so big it gets its own slide. Ready? No file size limits. Just let that sink in for a second. Think about all the times you've tried to email a huge file or had to use some clunky third-party service. With this, that's over. You can send massive project files, giant high-res videos, whatever you need. It just removes a huge headache that so many teams deal with every single day.
All right, so we've got top-notch security, we've got powerful tools for teamwork, but that's not the whole story. Not even close. In this last section, let's look at how all this comes together to make Telegram incredibly versatile for businesses, opening up doors you probably never even considered.
And this is where you can really see how flexible this platform is. It's not a one-trick pony. Look at healthcare. You can use it for secure patient communication, or finance for encrypted client chats. Then you pivot to e-commerce, and suddenly it's an automated customer service tool. In education, it's used for sharing course materials. You see, it's the same core platform, but it's being used in totally different, powerful ways across all these industries.
So what's the secret sauce that makes all that possible? It's two things: a developer-friendly API and a massive ecosystem of over 100,000 bots. And what that means for you is that you can basically build on top of Telegram. You can automate tasks, connect it to other software you use, and create totally custom solutions for your business. It stops being just a messaging app and becomes a real platform for getting things done.
So, let's wrap this up with one final question to chew on. We've seen from the Virtualization Options LLC report that Telegram is this unique mix of security, collaboration, and just incredible versatility. So the real question for you isn't just if you should use it, it's how you could use it. In a world full of data breaches and distributed teams, could a tool that was built on privacy from day one, could that actually be your next big competitive advantage?